introduce you guys. Thank you again for joining SFAR YPN and SFAR in this co-host event. We are really excited because we know the longer we're in shelter in place and it continues to extend, mindset is so important. How you wake up, how you do your business, everything around that. So when I think of mindset, one of my favorite people, and feel free to follow her on Instagram, Natalie _LEMAS. But she's one of my past coaches, and she's helped me personally with working through mindset and really preparing in every day. So I wanted to bring her on, and she's going to share with us how she was able to retire young, because she's still a hard worker, at 31 years old, with over $1 million business. So Natalie, thank you so much for joining us from Boise.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I'm really excited. And fun fact, y'all. Okay, you might think that I am like 100% Boisean. However, did you know this? I was born in San Francisco.
Yeah, your mother was one of the top commercial agents out here, right?
Yes, yeah. Marcus and Millichap in the 80s. Can you even imagine what that must have been like? So she was one of two women in an office of 500 men, and when she was like 24, I'm like, okay, Mom, high standards.
Oh, I love it. That is so cool. So I forget that you have your Bay Area connection, and
yeah,
quite a few of your memories are out here.
Yeah, Santa Clara University is where I went to college, and then I decided to move back. I grew up pretty much in Boise though, so yeah.
I love it.
Awesome.
Well, cool. I'll let you take the reins. I'm gonna turn off my video, and it is all you.
Okay, so I won't be able to see anyone's faces, right?
Nope. We're all laughing and we're all joining with you, though. If you have questions, everyone, use the Q&A box, because that's the best way either Natalie or I could see when you have a question. The chat box is too hard to follow. So the chat box on the side moves too quickly, and the Q&A is more personalized.
Okay.
Make sense?
When I think I just switched it so now you can see all my tabs. Is that right?
Correct.
Dang, I don't know how I did that, to be honest, because I hit the Q&A and it's shared my whole screen. There we go. We're back in business. Okay. Well, I'm really excited to be hanging out with you guys today, and I trust that this will get you all fired up for what is happening in your market across the United States, all the opportunities that are there to take advantage of as an investor, and as well as growing your real estate business. And hopefully there's some people out there that are crazy dreamers like me who think, how do I get out of selling? How do I get out of the rat race? How do I get out of working day to day on my business and actually doing all of the transactions so that I can create passive income streams and maybe start another business or travel more or just spend more time with my family? So I trust that you are going to walk away today super, super inspired with an actual plan and like things that you can do to get your mindset right in order to take the actions necessary to get off of the hamster wheel, as they say. So a little kind of intro about me. I am like your typical millennial, head in the clouds dreamer. 8 years ago now, I hired my first coach. Her name is Ashley Lunn. Maybe you know her. She's works in one of the Keller Williams offices. I think she actually owns it in San Diego. And I told her on my first call, she said, what do you want to do? And what are your goals? And blah, blah. And I said, Ashley, my goal is to be retired in 2 years. That's what I told her. And she, thank God, she did not like make fun of me. She didn't skip a beat. She was super graceful. And she's like, okay, let's create a plan. And so we did. So I was sick of the grind. I had a different really vision for my life. I kind of fell into real estate, honestly, by accident. It wasn't necessarily ever my plan or vision for my life. And so I was just like, how can I create and really squeeze out all of the juice out of this real estate kind of line of business? And then in order to create really what I felt, my passion was, which is coaching and designing events and retreats and experiences for people to have mindset shifts. So I became unreasonable, which you will notice that that's a theme to anyone that I just had the awesome privilege of listening to Sarah Blakely. We, back in January of this year, we went to a Tony Robbins event, Business Mastery, and I heard Sarah Blakely talk about creating her $1 billion brand Spanx from literally nothing. She's never taken any outside funding. And her theme was become unreasonable, unreasonable, unreasonable. Do what other people aren't willing to do. So in that 7-year period that I was working, so it didn't take 2 years, it took 7, my husband and I created an $8 million net worth through investing in real estate and then also our real estate business. So last year we grossed over 2.4 million in revenue in our business. And now I have another business. I'm a business coach and speaker. And P.S. I would love to be friends online, Avi. So you can find me on the Insta, that's my handle, or Facebook. So I want to ask you, where are you on this journey? Now, all of my presentations and talks are interactive. So it's not like you're just gonna be sitting back there, I can't see what you're doing. So hopefully you're not, scrolling through your phone or something like that. But even if you are, I trust that this will grab your attention. I want you to think, okay, where are you right now? Are you on this side? Are you living day to day? Are you living deal to deal? Are you living transaction to transaction? Holy crap, I just sold out of my last two escrows closed. I got to get back to lead gen. I got to get back to doing the things so that I can create more income. It's a hamster wheel. And how do you feel? Honestly, how do you feel being on the hamster wheel 24/7? I mean, doesn't it feel exhausting, overwhelming? It's kind of constant, a little bit of anxiety drip, to where it's gosh, I don't know where I'm going to get that next deal. I have to constantly hustle and grind. And my mom used to say every day that she would wake up unemployed. Do you have that kind of sense of almost dread, I got to get into action. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to pay my rent or, pay for all of my living expenses, et cetera, et cetera. Well, that's where most people live. Whether they're an entrepreneur or an employee, most people live in the day to day. And on the other side is the wealthy and free. So how would you like to feel? And what does the wealthy and free kind of life look like? And what would you have to start doing in order to be able to live that wealthy and free lifestyle? Well, let's go back over to living day by day. What would you need to stop doing? Well, we would need to stop buying into our limiting beliefs. We would need to stop self-sabotaging. We would need to stop procrastinating, stop second guessing, stop hesitating, stop basically not doing the activities that we know that we need to do. Have you ever told a coach or a friend or sat in a class even and thought to yourself, I know what I need to do, but I'm just not doing it. It's not rocket science. I just need to call some people, say something, set some appointments. It's not rocket science. I know what I need to do, and I'm just not doing it. Well, when we say things like that, we know that there is a mindset issue at play. And through the rest of this chat, you are going to identify some of these areas that you can really start to work on to unravel that for yourself. And on the other side, wealthy and free, what are some things that you would need to start doing in order to feel abundant, alive, empowered, joyful, limitless, euphoria? You have a multitude of choices and options. You're going to the buffet rather than the friggin', I don't know about you, but I remember I used to go out to dinner when I literally had no money, and I'd be like, okay, what can I order? $5.99 salad. And I know all of you in SF, you're like, there's no salad that's $5.99. Well, up in Boise, there is. Well, there was. Things are changing because all y'all are moving here, but we're grateful. We're grateful. So wealthy and free. So what do you need to start doing? Well, there's a lot of things you need to start doing. Start taking more consistent actions. Start having more confidence. Start showing up every single day and doing the things that move your business forward. Again, You already know. It's not like I'm going to come here and tell you something you don't know. You need to make calls. You need to lead generate. You need to, lead follow-up, lead generation, going on appointments. You need to work on scripts and dialogues. Have you heard this before? You have. So those are the things we need to start doing. But we need to start doing them consistently with confidence and with an aligned belief system. That is the only way that we are going to break through from person A that like has no face to person B who's like, yeah, celebrating, alive, wealthy, and free. Okay. So where are you on the journey? And sometimes, you might have a few weeks where you're acting and living in that wealthy and free personality, persona, aspect of you. And then guess what happens? Kind of like fall off the bandwagon, right? I don't know if you've ever had that. I certainly have, where, a few months I'm like solid, boom, 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 boom. COVID hits or whatever, right? Your version of COVID, whatever that life circumstance happens to be. And then you're like back to kind of like, oh gosh, it's taking so much momentum just to do the very basic things that I need to do in my business to move it forward. Guess what, friends? You're in the right place. I'm going to show you. I'm going to give it to you, deal it to you raw. I am not a fluffy little coach that's like, just journal and meditate and everything will be fine. I'm going to explain to you the mechanics behind creating a mindset that will attract millions. So at the end of the day, there's 3 destinies in wealth building. Okay, so how can I annotate? I've got so many little like buttons and things. Oh, here we go. I'm finding my little pen. Boom, boom. Okay, so 3 destinies in wealth building. The first one looks like this. You're going along. It's so fun for me to draw on this. Okay, you're going along, and then, all right, you don't really make it. You're implementing some things, you're not consistent. At the end of the day, your mindset gets the best of you, and, you decide to go back to being an employee, security, safety. You rely on other people, and I'm going to call this line victim. Like circumstances got the best of you, and you just kind of decided, you know what, I'm okay, I'm settling. Now, second line, second person, second destiny looks like this. Oh, okay, let's see, we got to go to draw here. Oh, friends. Okay, here we go. Second person looks like this. Okay, they're going along. They take a class or two. They get real excited. Business goes up. Okay, well, they sell out all their listings. They go back to another class. The business goes up. They maybe hire a coach, maybe it goes up. Oh, they decide, oh, no, I'm getting too overwhelmed. It's too much. So they kind of pedal off the gas, don't work on their mindset, kind of get overwhelmed, not sure. Oh gosh, this is getting real uncomfortable. So again, gonna figure out how to get there again, maybe read some books, go to a class, hire a coach, and kind of just like right? Kind of mediocre. So this destiny, I like to call this the nobody wants to be called average. Okay. This is like you're doing okay. You can kind of skate by in life. Generally you can pay all of your bills, things like that. Then, of course, there's this one. So let's find, what color do you think I want to put this one? Green, color of money. So then we've got this person, and this destiny looks like this. Oh no, that's not green. We cannot have this. Drawing while being watched. Okay, here we go. So then now we have this person, and they are kind of going along. And then they decide, like, they take a class, they keep going, they implement, they hire a coach, they implement, they get uncomfortable, but they keep going, they deal with their mindset, their baggage, they implement, they take action, they keep going. Yeah, they have failures along the way, but at the end of the day, these are the wealthy winners, thrivers. So excuse all of the let's do a little erasing here. Okay. Oh, Lord. Thank God I had the Control Z button. Command Z. That's the benefit of being a millennial right there. You know the shortcuts. Okay. So look at these 3 lines. We need to look at them really well. Here's the thing. We all know people that fall on all 3 of these lines. And in fact, at some point in your life, you also have landed on these different lines, depending on your kind of your mindset, your aptitude at the time, your willingness to be uncomfortable, your willingness to grow, your environment. All of those things impact what line you're on. And what I want you to notice is the beginning portion of the line, everyone looks the same. Everyone looks the same. You know, when I was on, well, I'm still on a wealth building journey, but in the beginning, you know, I didn't look that much different from anyone else. Like, I think Ugo and I started with, I want to say we had like $35,000 in debt. I mean, I guess there's some people that have more, but whatever. It's not like we had a trust fund or some shit like that. No, sorry if your kids are around. So we were $35,000 in debt, but we kept on implementing. But at the beginning, we looked just like the average people, like that were going to the classes and things like that. But the thing is that the difference between wealthy winners and thrivers and average is that average think that wealth building is a one-time event. They also believe that it is like transactional. They believe that like I go to one class, I implement, and then I kind of go back to baseline instead of continuously going and growing, no matter how uncomfortable you are, no matter how in over your head you feel, no matter how lonely you feel in the journey. Because let's be honest, most people, that's why it's called average, land on the average line. Most people. And that's fine. I mean, it's okay. And I know that out of how many people are watching? Okay, I know out of 71 people that are on here right now, a lot of you are sitting there and you're like, hey, COVID happened, but you're thinking to yourself, I am like, come hell or high water, I am not going to land on that average line. So just tell me the steps. What do I need to do? How can I move to the wealthy winners, thrivers line? What is it that I actually need to do? Show me, tell me, step by steps. Let's go. I'm going to tell you what you need to do. And the thing is, though, is that I could give you every wealth building strategy. And I'm sure, like, I guarantee you that you people are smart. I guarantee you that you've been to classes that have taught you about real estate investing. Maybe you know how to analyze property. Perhaps you're the best person that you know that can analyze property. You see deals all the time. You're like, that would be a great flip. Oh my gosh, that would be a great fourplex. I could live in one of those and I could do this and I could do that. Maybe you talk about it all the time, but what causes you not to act? Or what causes someone to act and another person not to act? You already know. What is it? It's your mindset. No one typed it in, but it's okay. I know you were telepathically telling me. It's your mindset. At the end of the day, I was reading, where was I reading this? Oof, I can't remember. Where they were interviewing some billionaires, and it was like the difference between billionaires and millionaires. The millionaires said that success was 90% mindset, and the billionaires, like they interviewed and were like, what percent? And the billionaires were like between 98 and 99, which I thought, oh, that's so fascinating, right? That's so fascinating. So let's talk about the victim line, because what constitutes a victim? Well, they're addicted to poverty. They're addicted to poverty. And so you need to decide, and it is a decision that doesn't happen just once. Because you don't just like fall in love and say, I'm going to be faithful to you once. No, it's a continuous choice, maybe for some, right? It's a continuous choice. So this victim mentality is addicted to poverty. The average mentality is addicted to comfort. And the wealthy mentality is addicted to growth. Victim, addicted to poverty and blame. Average, addicted to comfort. And wealthy, addicted to growth, no matter the cost, no matter how uncomfortable it makes them feel through the process. So at the end of the day, those things I just told you, it didn't have to do with the strategies they implemented. It didn't have to do with the investments that they chose. It had to do with one thing. And what makes the difference? The difference is, the difference is what I already told you, it's your mindset. It's your mindset. My mindset, your mindset. At the end of the day, that's what it is. So here's the 5 levels, or basically the 5 steps to creating a new mindset. And specifically for this talk, we're talking about wealth, earnings, prosperity, abundance. But this could work for any type of mindset. If you want to have a more joyful mindset, a more grateful mindset, a more empowered mindset, it could happen. It could work for any limiting beliefs that you might have. So the first step in creating a mindset that attracts millions, okay, is the identify phase, which probably 90% of you are out of this phase, which is why you're here. Maybe 99, I don't know. What's the identify phase? It's like, you're like, yeah, I understand that okay, I don't have a passive income level that covers all of my expenses. I get that. Where am I in relation to where I want to go? I don't really have the tools or the mindset even to take me to where I want to go wealth-wise. Problem, I'm not sure how to make it happen. I'm feeling like in the identify phase, you don't have the tools, but you don't even really have the desire. You're just kind of realizing that there's something missing. Does that make sense? Most of you are already out of that phase. You're like, yeah, I get that. And most of you are now in the other phase called unravel. So what is the unravel phase? So the unravel phase is where you begin to see, holy crap, if I am going to create a new mindset, I am going to have to change some things. I'm going to have to start identifying those old beliefs that have been holding me back from creating a mindset that attracts millions. So there's 3 things that really kind of work in this phase. 1, meditations, getting really like tapping into your unconscious mind and figuring out those old programs. It's like, have you ever burned a CD? Oh my gosh, I don't even know. My computer doesn't even have a CD player anymore. But if you've ever burned a CD, you put the song list on your computer and then you hit burn, and then no matter what CD player you put it in, it burns the tracks on it. You can't play a different track. You can only play those 10 tracks that were on it. I loved burning Ace of Base. Ace of Base was like my freaking, I like burned that CD for all my friends. I'm like, you gotta listen to this. It's so cool. Maybe that was stealing. Oops. Okay. So meditation, like going in, having a contemplative, whatever, where you contemplate things, go in, ask yourself questions, get revelation, figure out your old tracks that you need to undo. During this phase, there's a lot of like needing to get connected with your unconscious mind. So one of the things that works is this practice called the morning pages. So getting and doing that really, really unlocks your unconscious mind. And the second phase is letting go. Why do we need to go through this phase? Because most of all of our unravel phase is tied to things that happened when we were like 0 to 7. Not feeling good enough, unworthiness, fear of success, fear of looking different, feeling like this overwhelming sense of paralysis, not sure how to move forward, lots of anxieties, fears, not good enough, wanting to be invisible. Like there's so much to this. And you might be thinking to yourself, what you talking about? I don't have that. I'm good. Well, friend, what happens is that on our conscious mind, it's like those things aren't They're not like coming to us on a conscious level. However, they are running our world on an unconscious level. So in order to move from the unravel phase to let go, what does that look like? Let go is really a phase where you begin to forgive your past, forgive your programming, forgive your parents for how they raised you with money. There's lots of techniques you can do through breath work, through declarations of sovereignty, through meditations where, you can like energetically like clear up like cords and baggage and forgiveness and letting go. Why would you need to let go? Because all of that stuff is holding you back. All those old beliefs that say, you know what, actually, you're not worthy to have an assistant so that you can go out and produce more. Actually, don't you know that you're probably going to fail anyways? So why even try? Like all of that old baggage, right? So letting go allows us to move into the next phase, which is reclaim. Now, reclaim is the cool one. This is the one that gets all the press, is the reclaim phase. The reclaim phase is like, let's do a money mindset visualization. It's like, okay, Carol, I just made up that name. Okay, Carol, if I haven't unpacked my baggage, doing some sort of like positive woo-woo, like attraction meditation isn't really going to do anything. I got to unpack the bags that are back here first, right? So reclaim is about, having this moment where your unconscious mind and your conscious mind work in alignment, and you begin to establish a new story, a new paradigm, new rules for operating, a new set of beliefs, and ultimately a new identity. And the last phase, moving into that, is the embodiment phase. That's when you are in total alignment, you're tapping in, you're getting guidance, you're taking action, and you feel like no resistance whatsoever. When you go to make calls, you don't have anything in your head that says, ooh, what am I going to say? What are they going to think of me? Did I do it right? Did they like me? Did I like me? No, you're fully embodied. You're showing up as authentic. And that, my friends, that's magnetizing. That attracts so many opportunities, abundance, prosperity, investment, like people to invest with. It's like, that whole meme. I'm not really into like goofy quotes and stuff. I share them, but at the end of the day, I'm like, show me someone that lives the quote. Don't just show me the quote. So that quote that says your vibe attracts your tribe. I think that's what they're talking about. Is when you're embodied, you actually begin to attract people that are on your same wavelength, so that you can do things at a higher level and quicker, working together. Okay, so is this cool? I need to annotate some things. Let's see. How shall I annotate? Boom. Okay, so at the top of this, oh my gosh, embody. I'm gonna call this, when you're here, this is, again, wealthy, winner, thriver, all the goodness. Then down here, this segment is like, oh my gosh, where am I? It's so funny to me that we can't see each other, because I know you're probably, if you're listening, you're probably like, this girl is on it. She's
oh, well, we see
one.
you. We see your facial expression,
I know.
Natalie.
I know. It's because I'm trying to type. Okay, so then this segment is, I know. And I recently got Botox, so you'd think I'd have less facial expressions. Okay, so then this one is kind of like, I'm calling this like the journey. This is the bulk of where most people are at. They're really in kind of the bulk of this journey, moving from kind of the herd to the embodiment and the attraction phase and the magnetism phase. And then, of course, we have the lower one, which is, have you guys ever tried to annotate on this? Like, you actually have to click a lot of things, not as intuitive as you think. It's pink. I wanted it to be brown. Oh, well. Okay. And then the identify phase is if you stay there, it's like that victim. It's like that blame phase where it's really, you're just like, yeah, I'll never make it. I live in San Francisco. It's too expensive. There's other agents. Just like blame. Oh, did I come a little too close? Did I come a little too close to y'all? No, it's because we've all done that. So I'm going to tell you a story, y'all. Okay. You want to hear this story? Because you're just literally going to lose it when I tell you the story. So when was this? I think it must have been 4 years ago. Okay. So my husband and I, we're like on this major, we're on this like wealth journey, and we're like doing everything, like any mindset things, like classes we're taking it, all the coaches we're hiring them, all the meditations we're doing it, all the journals we're doing it. Like, of course there was times we fell off the bandwagon, but most part, like it's been really intense and all the things. So, and at times you can still fall back into the victim blame. It's not like you're a positivity robot or anything like that. So this one day specifically, our neighbor's home, okay, literally next door neighbor, goes up for sale. And we had just refied our home. So we bought our home in 2011, our first home. We bought it in 2011 for, you're going to like be like, what? The 2011, remember, crash level prices. I think it was 203. We had just had it appraised at like I think it was 285 or 284 or something. So we're like, wow, that's a really big increase. That's awesome. Yay. Like add that to our little like net worth sheet. Like awesome. Cool. Then we're at dinner one night. Okay. And our neighbor's home goes up for sale, and, you know, they don't have the price on the flyer box outside. And so I go into the MLS or whatever, Zillow, I think it was MLS that I looked at. And I was like, what is their house worth, or what are they asking for? Friends, they were asking, I want to say it was like 260 or something like that. And even the appraisal that we got on our home, we knew at the time that other homes similar to ours were selling closer to like 310, 295. So because the market at that exact time was so hot. And friends, you know what we did? I'm going to tell you. You're like, you bought it and you flipped it, you made a profit, and yay, good for you. No. What we did was we sat at our little kitchen table that we bought off of Craigslist in Santa Clara, actually Sunnyvale, California. It represents Sunnyvale if anyone's from there. And we laughed. We laughed and we made fun of our neighbors. And we were like, they're leaving so much money on the table, and I just can't believe these people. Like, they could have just made so much more money. Like, why are they so dumb? And we just laughed. And then we just kind of like went back to eating and like went along with our day. Friends, that is why mindset is literally the one thing that we can do. If I had like a daily practice of something that I was doing to get my mind sharp and to like wake me up from the slumber that I was in, we would have taken action, hands down. But no, we were in the kind of like victim blame, kind of that segment of the triangle, not woke, not taking opportunities, and we were making fun. And I know I'm not alone. I know you've done this too. I know you've walked by or driven by a property and thought, oh wow, they're really leaving some money on the table, but then you didn't do anything. I freaking know I'm not alone in that. And then, friends, here's like the crazy part. 1 year later, okay, 1 year, maybe it was 1.5 years-ish later, we we buy a new house. Okay. We end up renting our home and cash flowing. I think it's around $850 a month cash flow on that home. Thank you, God. Then that same day that we're moving out, our neighbors, I think it was 2 days before, put up their home for sale. Okay. Remember the neighbors that bought it for like 260 or whatever. Friends, you want to know how much they sold that home for? 385. 385. Yeah, our market has been really just like. So I looked at that and I sincerely felt sick to my stomach. I was like, I literally felt like as though I had lost, over 100 grand that day. And I stood there and I'm like, what needs to change? What needs to change? What needs to change? And the answer was your mindset. My mindset needed to change, because at the end of the day, okay, I can have as many opportunities. Literally my neighbor right next door to me. But if my mindset isn't right, if I'm not thinking clearly, thinking correctly, if I haven't unraveled my unconscious program that says that I'm actually like, I have to work really, really hard to make a lot of money. Oh, friends, so many of us have that, right? Where it's like we have this mentality that we have to just grind and hustle and just like sweat off our brow, to make any sort of money, rather than embodying a new belief. Because one thing is just to tell yourself, another thing is to embody a new belief that, wow, how easy and fun could it be to create a $10 million business? How easy and fun could that be? Gosh, making money is so easy. It's so fun. It's so light. How easy is it? This is so amazing. How easy, Okay, so now I want to tell you, isn't that crazy? I wish you could chat me and be like, what? I've done that too. I don't want you to make me feel alone, right? Like, oh, you're going to be like, what happened to your screen? Something happened. At the end of the day though, like we're all on a journey together, and some will remember the lines, some will hit it, and some won't. And the difference will always be our mindset. So when we think about our mindset, I need you to know this. Your unconscious mind, can you see this? Oh no, you can't. You can only see my face. Let me go back to screen sharing. Something just happened. Your unconscious mind is 1,000,000 times more powerful than your conscious mind. Actually, your neurological network for your conscious mind makes up only 5% of your like whole brain. I think it is. It's insane. So most of the time, we're actually operating at an unconscious level. What does that look like? So I'm going to explain this to you. So I want you to imagine like a ship, and the little guy there with the little telescope, he's your conscious mind, and they know where they want to go. They're like, I want to create financial abundance. I want to create wealth. I'm going in this direction. And then you have a crew members that you can't see. They're in the bottom of that boat. And those crew members is your unconscious mind. And they have all of these beliefs, unworthiness, and all this baggage. And what happens is that the conscious mind is grinding and moving forward, and it's efforting, and it's taking so much effort to like move forward and make it happen. Why is it taking so much effort? Because you've got all of this drag underneath of the unconscious mind. So how does this work? Because here's the problem at the end of the day. There's 3 main problems. The first problem is that you are likely the most ambitious person that you know. Why is that a problem? Because you've already heard this. You are the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. That's a fact of life. And so in order to shift out of that, we need to do 3 things. Raise our lid. We need daily encouragement. Listen to a podcast, something positive. We need to be literally daily. It's almost like going to the gym. It's a daily thing. And then we need community, a community of like-minded people that believe the same way and are moving in the same direction, so that we can actually let go of all of the people that represent our baggage and our old belief, right? Because our old belief isn't going to get us to where we want to go. Problem number 2 is energy. Now, with COVID and everything, we've had a whole different type of lifestyle. And yet, this is the time that's even more important to figure out state management, have an energy routine, how to set up a process for you to just get right back into the zone and focus in. Because the problem is some days you're on and some days you're off. It's very hit or miss, right? Just like me in the day when Ugo and I, my husband, made fun of our neighbor, that was an energetic, like off day. If I was feeling empowered, if I was feeling good, if I was feeling limitless, unstoppable, encouraged, supported, dreaming, confident, I would have had a different reaction. But instead, I was in my default program, which was just grinding through the day, thinking about the next deal that I have to like work on. Does that make sense? You're with me. I can feel it. I mean, like we vibe, right? Okay, so then problem number 3 is this is the crappiest problem. I mean, they're all crappy, but this one says this: even though you see opportunities, you don't take advantage of them. You don't take action. It's an embodiment problem, because we need to align our conscious and our unconscious mind. Remember, I showed you the ship. We need to align where we want to go with all of the baggage, remove all of the baggage, the limiting beliefs, the negative emotions, all of the old stories, so that we can move forward. We also need an unshakable vision and an unreasonable vision and unshakable clarity, so that when an opportunity does present, we can just take action, just like that. So those are the three main problems. In order to be a millionaire, we must first think like one. It's think and grow rich. It's not grow rich and then think. It's all up here, friends. It's all up here. So I want to take you back to that slide where, I had to delete it all because Zoom does this really weird thing that if you don't delete the lines, it'll keep it there on all of your slides. So remember the three destinies. Remember the one going up, remember the average, and remember the one going down. Well, it's totally up to you which line you're on. And I have to tell you that the longer that you stay on a certain line, the harder it is to switch lines. So the sooner you decide to hop on that wealth line, the easier that it is. I once heard a stat. It's actually, I learned this from one of our clients who, he was a teacher and then he got into real estate and he grew a net worth of around 28 million. And he told me that he knows the stat that is, if you do not invest in real estate by age 47, chances are almost zero that you will ever purchase any property. And I was like, what? Craziness, right? So if you'd like more help, if you'd like to go deeper, creating a mindset that attracts millions, then I created a free guide so you can go deeper. Some people are really like this type of stuff, mindset, and they just want to go even deeper, totally free. You can go to this website right there, gonataliemas.com/the journey to get your free guide. It'll walk you through all the 5 steps, the unravel, let go, the reclaim, and embody. There's 5 steps. I missed one. Unravel. No, that's why I missed it, because it's the first step, the identify. Identify, unravel, let go, reclaim, and embody. And it'll walk you through those even in more depth. And then finally, guys, because I know that there's a few people, not everyone, but a few people that are like, yeah, I want this. I need daily encouragement. I see it. I know what I need to do, and I can do it on my own. Everything that I've showed you, you can do it on your own. There's nothing that I've shared that you can't do on your own. Absolutely not. And every single day I show up Monday through Friday, 8 to 8:30 Mountain Time. So that would be 7 to 7:30 California time, Pacific time. And I basically guide people through all of the things that I've talked about today. I mean, we do affirmations, breath work, meditations, visualizations. We talk about basically how to overcome procrastination, how to align your unconscious and your conscious so that things unfold for you easier and so that you can attract more abundance into your life. So it's $29 a month. You can do that little QR thingy and cancel anytime. That's just for if you want to just have that daily mindset pill, if you will. It's all live. Nothing is recorded. Really cool community. Lots of real estate agents. Actually, most of the people are real estate agents in the journey. So if you want to go deeper, that's for you. And if not, I hope you get the guide at least.
So Natalie, thank you so much. We do have a couple questions. You okay if I ask them to you?
Sure.
So one of them is, how do we think rich if we're not familiar with it?
I mean,
actually, it relates to another question too, but go ahead.
How do you think rich if you're not familiar with it? Well, you can you need to get around people that are thinking rich. So you need to start to find other people that maybe in your market center, take them out to lunch. Obviously, of course, I'm going to say join the journey, because there's a like-minded community there of people that, you know, will help you really unravel all of the old programs that you have around poverty and or just living day to day, scarcity thinking and stuff like that. So I'd say community is number one, because that will up level your thinking and raise your lid.
Okay, so community. What about, so I know you and I have talked in the past about great podcasts or great books to read. Do you have suggestions for 2 or 3 that you would advise?
My favorite book is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, Dr. Joe Dispenza. Breaking
Oh yeah,
the Habit of Being.
I know we have some top agents who love Joe and have quoted him many times. So Breaking the Habit.
Mm-hmm. Did you see that my mom got interviewed on his stage at a retreat?
No.
She got
Wow.
Dr. Joe. I know. It's so cool. So
What are 2 other books?
2 other ones. I mean, Think and Grow Rich is solid. I just finished reading, which I loved this book. This was a Jim Rohn book.
Okay.
I can't remember the title. It's something very simple, like Success or something like that. But Jim Rohn, very solid.
Okay.
Good advice.
And so how about 1 or 2 podcasts? And then I'll post all this on the channel when we upload the video too.
Uh-huh.
But how about 2 podcasts that you listen to?
Well, shameless plug, I have to say, Worthy to Wealthy. That's my podcast. To be honest, I don't really listen to podcasts. I'm I like to touch and feel my books. So
Okay.
my
I love
podcast,
it.
I don't really know of any other ones that really dive into. I like Jen Casey a lot. She's also a brain based and kind of like unconscious mind, conscious mind coach. I kind of think that, any coaching that never addresses the unconscious mind is pointless. So, because it's a million times more powerful. So that's why I don't really listen to lots of podcasts.
Sure. So one I'll plug, and maybe you want to give it a try too. The Daily Stoic has been a huge one for me during COVID, especially because it reminds you of alive time versus dead time. I'm like, okay, well, am I using the best of I'm living right now. I don't know when that'll stop, but in the meantime, am I living the best hour or the best minute?
Oh, I love that.
That's been one recently.
Alive time, dead time.
Yeah. So, well, thank you so much, Natalie. I see a handful of thank yous. Fantastic. Really appreciate it. Any other closing questions for Natalie before we log off?
How do you see the thank yous? Or in the little chat thingy?
Yeah, between the chat or, yeah, some come direct.
Oh, got it. Oh, I see all the chat. Oh, hey, Pamela. Oh, cool. I can see. Hi, look how people. I could never see the chat while I was on here. You're having too much fun to retire. Yeah. Now that I found your home, I'm unemployed. That is so funny. Oh, Marcus, awesome. David, cool. Marva, hi.
Oh, great question for Marva. What's the one thing you would suggest for us to do right now?
Get out of debt.
Get out of debt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dave Ramsey.
That's what Dave Ramsey does, right? Okay, yep.
We started there. That's where Ugo and I started, was Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University. And we followed everything he said. I think that's the main thing, is like a lot of people pick and choose, or think, oh, I already know that, or, oh, I just need to read the book. Or like, if you want what I'm saying, if you want to create passive income, if you want to create wealth, if you want to have time freedom, wealth, and because ultimately, what does wealth do? I mean, at the end of the day, it's not like, I'm really interesting. Like, I honestly don't do anything for the money. I'm doing it for the freedom. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it for the freedom, because that's what money buys me, is freedom. And so do it all, like go all in and get out of debt. That's my first thing. And then second, master your business, make lots of money in your business, take control of your expenses, have a savings account so that when you see opportunities, you can take advantage of them. Work on your mindset every single day so that when you see an opportunity, you'll be in the right state to make that decision. That's a quick steps.
That makes sense. Great. So now we've got some action items. Well, Natalie, thank you again so much. I really appreciate it. Genevieve, thanks for setting this up. And to everyone who joined us, thank you so much for spending some of your time today. And if you want more of these type of events, let me know, myself or Houston, as SFARYPN chairs. We would love to add more.
Yes.
So, thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, James. You're awesome.